What's up? What's good? What's going on, family? So I wanted to jump on and go ahead and get our daily increase. And guys, this is going to be for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, as well as that ninth house placement. Now, guys, the reason I slowed down like that is because I got a very interesting email this morning when I woke up. When I say Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, or Venus, those are your placements in your birth chart. To get a personalized birth chart, you can Google it. Google a birth chart breakdown, and it'll ask you for your date of birth and your time of birth. And it'll break that down for you. You'll need your time to get your rising sign. But in the ninth house. Now, the ninth house is where we particularly focus our messages on, and this is for like paying attention to what is transiting that ninth house, what's going on in that ninth house. And that, in order to get that in your birth chart interpretation, you do need your birth time. But the ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius, and I like the ninth house. I am like kind of in love with the ninth house, to be honest, because it is all about that exploration. It's all about getting to, like, I'm that why person. Why does this happen? I wonder why that happens. This is that. And the ninth house is really about just like going to other places and other cultures and really getting to see how other people operate, why they operate that way. How can you benefit from that, or how can you not benefit from that? You know what I'm saying? But just because you can't benefit from it doesn't mean that you don't see the usage of something. And that's why I love the ninth house, because it's all about that expansion. So in order to get those, you may have Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rise. You may have a Sagittarius Sun sign, a Sagittarius Rising sign, a Sagittarius Moon sign. And this just means that, you know, your Sun, this is the way that you are. This is the personality that you put out, right? This is your individuality. And then your rising sign, that really speaks about how the world perceives you, how those around you perceive you. And then your moon sign, this is really your emotions. And then your Venus, this is how you love. And then the North Node, I make sure I add the North Node in on my readings, because this is where you're headed to in this lifetime. So your experiences in this life are leading you to the North Node. This is where you're headed towards. And then the ninth house. So I hope that answers your question for any of you all that was wondering. I'll go ahead and timestamp the reading for 3 minutes. So the overall theme of the day today for Sagittarius spirit. What is... My son is asleep. Talking in his sleep. Okay. Anyways, what is the overall theme of the day for Sagittarius? Thank you. Oh, wow. We have 3 cards. Discernment is here at the bottom of the deck. The card that caught my eye first is the future. I also see go with the flow and communication. Okay. So there could be some communication coming in as it pertains to the future. You know what I'm saying? There could be this insight into the way things are going to be playing out in your near future. There isn't like I'm getting a high call not to try to control the environment or the way that this situation plays out. There is a need to go with the flow here. You're going to be receiving the communication that you need here inside of this situation. Your discernment is, your discernment is needed here. Tapping into your free-spirited energy is going to help you navigate this situation today, Sag. Yeah, you're breaking free from something. Well, let's see what's going on here for the Sagittarius. The future, go with the flow, communication. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what made me look at that. All of the fish are swimming towards this picture here. And this is the future. There's one or two that are swimming this way. But majority of the fish, the orange fish, are swimming towards the future. So there's something about, not too much about the futuristic, but it is like the future is important today. But there's still a need to go with the flow, and I feel like you may struggle with that today, Sag. Alright, Spirit, what's going on here? What's going on for the sign of Sagittarius here? Guys, I hope that these messages are finding you all in good health and in good spirits, guys. What's going on for my side? So we have the King of Swords here. Peaceful warrior is the situation. But most importantly, that King of Swords, he is all about, he has clear perception. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get pulled off his decision making based off of emotions. Very clear thinking. What's the opportunity here, Spirit? Ooh, the King of Cups. So the opportunity here is to get more into that, that King of Swords, authoritative leader. I got a cause, and I'm fighting for a cause, and I'm clear thinking on my cause, and there's nothing that's gonna pull me off of this, right? So now with the King of Cups being the opportunity, now this is that, now that you know your cause and you fought the good fight and you've learned some things from fighting the good fight from this King of Swords, cold, emotionally detached position, now there's an opportunity to integrate the King of Cups. There's an opportunity to integrate the compassion into this situation. There is a need to integrate compassion into this situation here. What is the challenge? The Ten of Cups. There's definitely some, I feel like that it's, this particular Ten of Cups is called culmination, but in the challenge position, that really does speak to disharmony. So I feel like that there is a lot of things just piling up here. And it's not the good kind of shit piling up. And I do feel like that the challenge here is that this is just something that's waiting to bubble over and explode here. So the situation is where someone has been addressing something and looking at something from really an emotionally unavailable position, period. Not really being compassionate and being in their heart space in a situation that has created a lot of discord around them. So the opportunity in this discord is to see how dropping down into your heart space can actually help alleviate and clear up some of these things that are culminating. And with the future being the first card that I've seen, this is telling me that these things need to be cleaned up in this present moment, so that in the future, what is culminating can be handled with grace. Let's look at the way through this challenge. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. There's something that has to be balanced out. There's something here that's not equal give and take. And someone is just looking at it like, okay, well, I'm just not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to put my feelings up. I'm not going to allow my feelings to get involved. And, you know, it is what it is. Like, I have a friend right now. And they refer to this thing called pass the ball. And they refer to it when speaking about people, places, people that you would assume. Sorry about that, guys. But I feel like that someone here is like, I'm just going to, like, I have a friend. And they refer to pass the ball to people that you think that they would care about. And they don't seem to see the effect that it has on the people that they care about. Now, I'm not saying that means that you should go and get all jealous and all of that. But to just make it seem like that you'll just pass the ball it's degrading. It's emotionally unavailable, especially if being said to someone that you care about, right? So, and even in these two pictures, look at the way that the King of Swords here doesn't have any facial hair. But the King of Cups, which is in the opportunity, has matured. And that's what I'm seeing looking at this beard, is that there is this maturation. There's an opportunity for maturation of that heart space here. This is needed. This here is needed, because this is telling me that while someone has emotions for you, life has taught them, or this could be you, Sagittarius, take this as it resonates. Life has taught them that you work like it, you go for the benefit versus the emotion. And I don't feel like that who it is that you're trying to mesh with or Sagittarius operates in that mind space. So that is a conflicting of interest, but there is some type of opportunity for some type of healing to take place. But maturation is absolutely needed here, because something isn't balanced here. Like, one person's expectations is higher than what they're giving. So, and this may be, are you opening yourself up to receive? You might also need to be opening yourself up to receive in this energy as well. Because this particular Six of Pentacles is labeled receiving. And that's the way through this. Don't just constantly be this over giver. Pull back on your giving, because especially like give what you're receiving. Don't give more than what you got. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying tit for tat, because the opportunity is for compassion, and compassion does not include tit for tat. However, you can't just be the only person giving here. Okay, so we have this Seven of Cups. There's choices here. There's choices here. What's at the bottom of the deck here? The Eight of Wands, surge. So there's going to be forward-sided movement. There could be possible communication coming in as well, Sagittarius. But I do feel like that if you don't make space and you don't assert your needs inside of situations, then I do feel like that you could be increasing your amounts of confusion and anxiety when these choices are going to be illuminated. Because I feel like that whatever this is, it's not the only choice that you have. This is in the outcome position, the advice. Advice, outcome position is choices. So I definitely feel like that more choices are going to be illuminated. But I feel like that there is a need to really communicate clearly what it is that you're expecting. Like, what is it that you want in the future? And then make sure that you're making choices to lead you that way without beginning to control too much. You know, still allowing yourself to be in flow. And as these choices and these options arise, allow yourself to be able to be decisive based off of what you would like your bigger picture to look like. But I do feel like right now there is a lot of discontent, disharmony right now. And I feel like that there's just like, it just seems to all be piling up on you at this time, Sag. So guys, if you're still with me at 13 minutes in and resonating, we would absolutely appreciate that thumbs up down below. It does help circulate these messages to other Sagittarians in need. I don't know why I feel like I hammered that one in right there, Sag, but let's see. Spirit, can you please show us how this message is relating to Sagittarius's money and career? Thank you, Spirit. Changes. Huge decisions, entry level. So I definitely feel like that there are some major changes taking place here for sure. You could be leaving something. You could be going into a position that seems to be entry level. And that could be a major change for you. Changing completely different career fields. Yeah. And you could have some anxiety around the performance here. But I do feel like that being just by getting outside of your comfort zone here in your money and career, I do feel like that is allowing you to, getting out of your routine sometimes gets you out of this stale feeling. I do feel like that there could have been this stale energy going on in your work environment in here, Sagittarius. So you could be experiencing some changes here. Major decisions in your career workforce are going to be required here, okay? And I do feel like that this is going to be around you changing career fields, to be honest. Wow, almost jumped straight into the love. Let's get in and see what is the blessing of the day for the sign of Sagittarius. Actually, yes, I want to go with the apothecary for the blessing of the day. Spirit, what is the blessing of the day here for the sign of Sagittarius? Thank you, Spirit. You are more. You are more. Prayers answered. In self-worth, self-love, self-value, self-respect. And then we have transformation. This is your blessing of the day. Beautiful energy, Sagittarius. So there are a lot of changes taking place today for you. But the blessing of the day is, I do feel like that I feel like that you're seeing that while you may have been cast out as one thing or told you were one thing, November the 30th, as well as December the 11th and December the 30th could be very significant here. But anyways, it's like where you were told that you were only good for one thing and there was a limit to this. It's like there's this energy of seeing that I always knew there was something special about this idea or about me, or there was just if I knew that if I bought this crafting lot on eBay that it'd pay off eventually, and everybody told me I was a fool. Well, it's kind of like something like that is paying off. It's like there is something coming to light today about something that you did or something that you've thought about yourself for a long time, but you've been told about yourself for a long time, but it's like you've known like they just don't get it. No. You may have sometimes began to fall weak to it, but there was always just this one thing that just kept you like, no, they're just not seeing it. One day, today, prayers answered today. And it has to do with your self-worth, your self-value, your self-respect, your self-love, understanding that you are more. That's your blessing of the day. And it's coming in the form of a gift from an answered prayer. All right, let's move into the yes-no portion. We don't have to drag this out too long. All right, Spirit. Sagittarius has a yes or no question. What is the answer here? Thank you, Spirit. It says, not the right time. Be assertive. I think I even used that phrase earlier. As well as romance. Opportunity at the bottom of the deck. All right, Spirit, let's see. What is going on in this Sagittarius love space? What is the message that will help Sagittarius increase their day as it pertains to love? What is the message here that will help Sagittarius increase their day? Healthy choices, self-love, self-care, being happy, love in life. So honestly, I feel like that there is a high call for you to focus on yourself today, because I do feel like that you're experiencing some changes, and it's not really about, as these changes are occurring, it's not about making sure that you make the right choice, right? It's a matter of when you make that choice, you can handle what's on the other side, right? I want to look, yeah, not enough at the bottom of the deck. I definitely feel like that there is some type of, self-sabotage that is taking place in your love life. So today, the message to increase your love life is to just tell yourself that you are enough here, okay? I'm going to do one thing real quick. Well, probably not one thing, but I'm going to start here. We have choices here. And it says, worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. Okay? And that doesn't mean that you go and prepare for the worst outcome or anything like that. But what it does mean is that you work on you so much. You focus on you so much that no matter what comes of the situation, you're strong and resilient enough to extract the lesson and move forward, even if moving forward puts you into another entry level position. That's okay, because that means that my journey means that entry level pathway has a major gem to offer me on a more advanced pathway, but I have to go this entry level pathway first in order to extract the gem that is needed on my more advanced path. Okay. Let's get a closing message. I think that's it. I like this message today here, Sagittarius. If you have resonated with us and you're still with us, and you found guidance here, we would absolutely appreciate that thumbs up down below. It does help grow the channel. It's a free way to lend your energy to the channel so that these messages hit closer to home for you. But it's also just a way to spread the messages to other Sagittarians in need as well. Closing message. Wow, Sag. No, like, it can't become any more clear. Today is all about getting your bigger picture in mind without trying to control it, and then making sure that you can clearly communicate this to the universe so that you can effectively surrender control and be able to go with the flow. We have prioritize self-care here. This reads, you do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. The way through this is receiving. At the bottom of the deck, we have it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. There is a brighter future, and the Spirit wants you to know that and begin to visualize just that, because the quicker that you can visualize it, the quicker that you can feel it, the quicker that it can bring a smile to you when you're visualizing it, the quicker that it can begin to make way to you. Not time. It's not quite yet time, but it is there. It is almost there. This isn't the right time. Please be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. All right, Sag, I absolutely love you, and I hope that this offered you the guidance that you were seeking. And in all that we say and in all that we do moving forward, guys, let's choose peace. Love and light.